You want to cure that slice forever? I'm going to show you a couple of things that are really critical for you to understand what that slice is in this video. Hi, I'm Peter Knight. I've created this channel, Peter Knight Golf, to help you in your golfing journey. In each week, I'm creating and posting videos on all different aspects of the game. And if you click the subscribe button here, you'll never miss any of them. Also, there's a grey bell-shaped notification icon, and if you also click that, then you'll get a reminder when those videos come out each week. Let's have a look today at the things that you can do to help cure that slice forever. So who doesn't want to improve their shots, their directional shots? I mentioned that the starting point is not necessarily looking at what's happening during the swing, but to understand first of all what's happening between the club face and the path of the club through impact, because variations on those things can cause different directional shots. Some of them, I was going to say errors, but really some of the time we're actually looking to create those shots. Where my club face aims is largely responsible for the direction the ball will start. Not completely, but mostly. So if my club face is aimed to the right of the target, the ball's going to start to the right. If it's aimed left, it'll start to the left. The path of my club is more responsible for changing the axis that the ball spins on. So the best way to think of that is that when I swing through, if my path is swinging from out to in, it's going to create a shot shape that will generally tend to curve off to the right. And if I'm swinging from in to out, it'll go the other way. And so it's combinations of those things. So the first thing to look at is how the ball flies. Which direction does it start in and what does it do from there? So if we're looking to cure slices, and the same thing can be applied to hook shots, but we'll stick with the explanations for slices for the moment. When I swing the club through, does my ball start straight and curve off? If that's the case, then my swing path is likely to be from outside in. My club face is probably reasonably square. If the ball starts to the right, and then curves further right, then it may be that my swing path is not too bad, but the club face is aimed well to the right. Usually though, it's a combination of these two things. Where I hit the ball on the club face is going to have some influence. The further I hit the ball from the center of the club face, the more likely it is that the direction of the shot's going to be affected, especially with a driver. So if I hit the ball toward the heel of the club with my driver, it's going to have the effect of creating a shot that's going to curve to the right, to slice. So it's quite possible that I can actually hit the ball with a pretty square club face, pretty good path with a driver, hit it out of the heel and have it curve off to the right. That's sort of less common than club face and path controls. So the first thing I need to do is look at my ability to be able to control the club face. So one way of doing that is to deliberately hit shots, even little shots. So when I swing through, I'm going to deliberately hit my shot with my club face slightly open. The result should be that the ball will start to the right of the target. I'll then do the opposite and swing through with my club face aimed slightly left of the target, and the result should be that the ball will start left. Now, if I've got the ability to control with short swings, whether or not my club face is aimed to the right or aimed to the left of the target, then that gives me the first clue of what I'm likely to be able to do. Now, let's say, for example, that I swing the club through and I feel like my club face is aimed to the left of the target, but I can't make the ball go left. Then clearly the club face is not aiming left. These are little shots, so we're not hitting massive shots where the ball's going to curve very much. We're just looking to control start line. So that can be a good clue for you to start with having to get better control of your club face. And one of the best ways to do it is just to hit little shots, hit some shots feeling like the club face is open at impact. If the ball doesn't go to the right, the club face wasn't open. The second thing is looking at the swing path. Now, if you're playing shots off grass, you can have a look at the pattern of the marks on the ground, the divots that you take. Are those marks going left of the target or right of the target or reasonably straight? A well-struck shot should travel, the divot mark should be a tiny bit left of the target, just because the club's moving on an arced path. So if your divot is going a tiny bit left, but your shot's going straight, don't be confused don't think that you're swinging outside in. So when I'm swinging through, if the path of my club is swinging across this way, then that's going to create the shape that's going to curve off to the right, and obviously vice versa for a hook shot. So the things that I'm looking at here are, does my ball start online or offline? Once I've hit it, does it then curve further left or right? And that's going to give me information on what's happening in that relationship between my club face and club path. It's only then that I can go on and say, okay, this is what I might be doing in the swing to create those impact conditions. But start with those things. As a coach, that's exactly what all of us coaches do. We'll look at the ball flight. Our first consideration is what's happening in the relationship between the club face, club head, and the ball at impact. And then we'll have a look at see what might be causing that in the swing. And if you do the same for your own shots, that's going to help you massively.